Not a bad start to our morning, temperature-wise at least, around southern Colorado. There is some sunshine in some areas. There's not necessarily any sun, though, in Fountain. As we look at the Ceramic Landscape Materials camera, 48 degrees. It's the temperature at Highway 85, 87 in Mesa Ridge. We have a calm wind. That low cloud is confined to areas, especially along the Front Range, because as you go further off to the east in Eads, we have sunshine, 53 degrees. Out of the east-northeast at 7 miles per hour. Overall, not too bad of a start to our day, at least as we talked about in terms of the temperatures. We'll top out in the 60s and 70s in most areas by the time it's all done. 68-year high today in the Springs. Out in the plains, temperatures are going to top out in the lower to middle 70s. That's the case also in Pueblo as we make our way up to 75. 73 in Canyon City. Mountain locations will be sitting in the 60s and 70s as well. There will be some upper 50s, especially as you head above the Leadville level. 61-year high today in Leadville, 72 in Salida. Zooming out now to the western view to show you what temperatures look like as we go through this morning into this afternoon. We're going to see those temperatures top out in the 60s and 70s in Colorado. That'll also be the case as we head further off to the north as we begin to see a shift in the pattern now. And we can also see some showers and thunderstorms in portions of Texas. The Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex once again getting socked in with more thunderstorms. That could cause us some travel delays as we go through this morning into this afternoon as you're heading out of the Springs or Denver towards the Dallas International Airport. As we look at our skycast, we notice that there will be more showers and storms not only for Texas but also here in Colorado as we go through this afternoon. The bulk of what we see will be along and to the west of I-25, and yes, there will be some thunder mixed in. And there will also be some snow mixed in above 12 and 13,000 feet because it's still cool enough as you head up into the high country to see some of that snow. Pikes Peak will pick up an additional several inches of snow by the time it's all said and done as we go through our Sunday and into our perhaps early Monday as well before things begin to calm down just a bit. Storm tracker for today, there is a possibility for severe weather in areas off to our south, but not here in Colorado for the first time in 4 Saturdays. We're not talking about slight or enhanced risks for severe thunderstorms. Instead, we're talking about just more general pop-up thunderstorms as we go through this afternoon. But there will be some heavy rain possibly underneath some of those thunderstorms. You can see what's going to happen south of Walsenburg and Trinidad. This is a bit overdone, but there is a possibility if you find yourself underneath one of those storms to see decent amounts of rainfall over a pretty short period of time. Lower 80s Sunday through Tuesday, and then we drop it back a bit, mid to upper 70s later on. Those are going to be sitting in the 40s and 50s in the Springs and also in Pueblo. Your high temperature on Tuesday, Pueblo, you'll push 90 degrees. Then we see it drop back to the lower 80s later on. Canyon City, your high temperatures, lower to middle 80s. Just about everywhere except for today. Your high temperatures right around 73. And we're going to see those lows sitting in the 40s and 50s for you as well. In Teller County, a better chance for showers and storms today than it will be in other areas, and there's also a chance for some thunderstorms late in the forecast. High temperatures are in the 60s and 70s. Coolest today, right around 61, but I think everyone, without exception, will take 72 and 73 degrees on Monday and Tuesday. As it does dry out just a little bit, talked about that pattern shift. That's going to be warming us up a bit as we go through the next 7 days. The jet stream sitting off to our south for so long will be pushing off to our north instead. That'll be nice.
That will be nice. And is it safe to say that the next month is not looking as wet as the month we're wrapping up right now? We're breaking all these rain records.
It'd be hard to get a month as wet as it was in May, but it's a more summertime pattern that we're going to see as we go through much of the forecast. As long as that's the case, could be a chance for showers and storms about every day.
Wow, and haven't seen this much rain, at least in Colorado Springs, since 1935?
We broke the record that had been set 80 years ago,
That's
1935.
Insane. Wow. All right, no wonder all this flooding and all the damage we're seeing.
That's the bad side. The good side is we don't have as high of a fire danger. The bad side is that we have had some flooding issues.
All right, Jay, thanks so much for the heads up.